Hey guys, what's going on? InsidiousSwede back again here for another YouTube video, and today I'll be doing a manga haul for the month of December. Now, depending on what I end up buying for the rest of this year, this most likely will be my last haul before 2018, although not definitive. I will leave it open for a potential end of the year haul. A couple things as well before I get into the actual manga that I bought. Firstly, if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter yet, definitely do so. And also, I do have a My Anime List account, and I'm looking for any and all friend requests over there as well to follow me on Mal. So definitely do those two for me if you're at all interested about my interests in manga and whatnot outside of YouTube. Both of those will be down in the description. But yeah, let's get into the manga, guys. Hopefully you enjoy. And yeah, so starting off, the first book that I have is one that you saw me get in my last video, and that is The Promised Neverland Volume 1. As I said there, this is one of my favorite new titles from Shonen Jump magazine. Really a brand new original concept that does a lot of very intriguing things. By the way, this volume release is beautiful. I love the spine. The little cover art of Emma down there looks fantastic. The cover I've seen before, but the back as well looks really nice. That's the orphanage back there. So great stuff, great release, great book. Overall, one of the best new manga that you can possibly get, in my opinion, in terms of shonen manga. So definitely look out for it, guys, if you haven't picked it up yet. Fantastic stuff. After that, I got Volume 2 of Dragon Ball Super. Now, I haven't started the manga yet, but I have watched a pretty big chunk of the anime. Now, I can't quite remember where I last left off. I want to say it was around episode 40, but again, I'm not entirely sure. It's been a little while. But yeah, I haven't started the manga mainly because I'm assuming everything in here is exactly the same to what happened in the anime, just in the manga format. So considering a lot of the story is pretty fresh in my mind still, I figured I'd wait to read it until I forgot some things. That's generally what I like to do with manga or anime, depending on which one I start first. Before I get into the other one, I frankly want to forget some stuff, so that way going into it, it'll be kind of fun to re-remember some things about the series. So again, no idea when I'll start Dragon Ball Super, but I do want to continue picking up the volumes because I'm a fan of the manga, and I know for sure that I'll read it eventually. So, nice to get Volume 2 of Dragon Ball Super. After that, I got Volume 21 of Shougeki No Souma, Food Wars, which, might I add, this might be my favorite cover of the year. You got the beautiful food truck in the back with the snow kind of laying down on the rooftop. You got our cast of characters here all lined up. You got the beautiful starry night. Honestly, this cover is fantastic, guys. Maybe it's just me and I'm crazy, but I think it looks fantastic, and I know you guys by now know my thoughts on Shougeki No Souma. It's one of my favorite shonen manga of all time. There are moments in it that I don't particularly love, but like 90% of the manga, even 95% of Shougeki No Souma, I think is phenomenal. So great to get another volume as always, as I will continue to do for as long as it's going out. After that, I have, I believe this is the, I want to say like 9th omnibus for Kurokos Basketball, or 2-in-1, I guess, not a traditional omnibus considering it's only 2 volumes. Not the best cover if we're on the topic of covers from Kurokos Basketball, but still pretty good. You guys know what these look like by now, the 2-in-1s. As we all feel, this manga deserved a single volume release. We didn't get it, so here I am now settling for the 2-in-1s. Still a fantastic basketball manga, one of the best, only behind Slam Dunk in my opinion, and definitely worth a read at the very least. After that, we have Volume 4 of the highly controversial, or maybe a better word would be disappointing, platinum end. Now, I use the word disappointing because I know a lot of you feel that way. Personally, as I've stated in the comment section before, when people have asked, I think Platinum End gets a bad rap. I think too often, because of who's doing the book, we are holding it to this standard that I don't think Oba and Obata will ever meet again. And so when we get a manga like this, we try to find every little flaw to nitpick at. And yeah, it's not great. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that it's fantastic. But for what it is, for how beautiful it's drawn, I like it. And sometimes that's enough for me. Sometimes I don't have to love everything I've ever read. Sometimes just liking it is enough. And I mean, God, guys, the artwork, it's just insane. Honestly, the artwork might be the sole reason of you know, really justifying the volume release to buy it. Because it's a beautiful book, the characters inside, they're not fantastic, but overall, I still have found myself enjoying the manga. So I'll continue to buy it. I just know a lot of you don't feel that way, which is totally fine. But after that, I have another volume of Haikyuu, volume 18. I get a lot of these in my manga haul. I think I haven't gone a manga haul without getting one of these in a very long time, so I'm not going to rehash my old thoughts on Haikyuu. I think both the manga and the anime are fantastic. Both are worth reading and watching, and it's truly one of the best sports manga of our generation, and frankly worth reading for everybody out there. Even if you don't like volleyball, it's worth getting into. After that, we have volume 3 of Delicious in Dungeon. Now this is one that I do have a bit of regret on. I still haven't started it, and I know I try to not do this anymore, which is buy more than a couple volumes before reading a manga for very obvious reasons. However, I just continue putting off this manga, and I already have the volumes on pre-order. So it kind of just shows up one day and I go, oh yeah, I need to read that. So I'll get to it eventually, hopefully very soon. And now with some more free time, I just finished up my finals week, which is why there's kind of a lack of videos there for a while. I think I'm finally ready to get into more manga like this because I have the time to do so. So looking forward to it. Looks fantastic. I love the idea behind it. So yeah, looking forward to it. The next book up, I believe, is my only 7 Seas manga of the entire video. And that is a manga I heard literally nothing about until one day I stumbled upon it online. And that is Yokai Rental Shop. Now, these manga I'm always really, tepid to buy just because there's a very strong possibility that I will not read it or like it. But there was a deal going on where I could buy 2 get 1 free on Barnes & Noble, took advantage of it. This was a free volume. I figured for the price of $0, it was worth at least trying. So yeah, we'll see what it's all about. If you guys have read this or heard about it, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. The artwork looks pretty good. It seems to have some more detail than a lot of manga of this similar fashion, which is always good. The concept as well sounds kind of interesting. If you want to pause the video and read it, there it is. But yeah, figured I'd give it a shot, see what it's all about. Yeah, so Yokai Rental Shop Volume 1. Here's another book that I kind of forgot about, and one of my subscribers, so thank you to whoever that was, reminded me it existed, and I feel bad for forgetting because in my first impressions video of it, I talked very highly about it, and that is Smokin Parade, Volume 2. Now, one interesting thing of note, this has a parental advisory sticker up there in the corner. It is sealed, meaning it is not for everybody. Now, the volume before this, Volume 1, did not have that, wasn't sealed, and did not have the parental advisory sticker. So I don't know if there was a tone change between Volumes 1 and 2, or the manga was always going to be this, and Volume 1 just didn't contain anything worth putting a explicit content sticker on. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to it. As I said in my first impressions video, I thought this is a very solid manga series, very reminiscent of stuff like Deadman Wonderland, considering Jinsei Kataoka is on this book, and Kazuma Kondo, something like that. So yeah, looking forward to it. Beautiful artwork as always, and very intriguing plot to say the least. So yeah, nice to get Volume 2 of Smokin Parade. After that, I got another volume of Goodnight Pun Pun. As I mentioned in my video where I talked about this manga, it was about time that I got into it. Volume 1 was fantastic. Very weird. Like, there was a lot of things I was kind of picturing in my head going into Goodnight Pun Pun, and the entire series kind of surprised me in its tone, in its message, in its characters. And as I'm now finishing up Volume 2, it's only getting better and more dark and more twisted. There's a lot of things going on in Goodnight Pun Pun that really are starting to very much intrigue me. So, of course, I'm getting the next volume. I have to read more, of course. And yeah, so looking forward to getting into Volume 4, but of course, I'll have to finish up 2 and 3. But yeah, obviously a manga I'll plan to finish and read through very soon. Coming down to the last couple of books, the next one that I have up is Omnibus number 4 for Blade of the Immortal. This is a manga that really deserved the reprint. It's getting a fantastic one. These omnibuses from Dark Horse are very high quality, and I did hear that they are speeding up the release dates for the Blade of the Immortal omnibuses. It's not going to be quite a long gap in between, which is very good to hear because this came out in January and this came out in December. So in an entire year, we only got 4 volumes or 4 omnibuses of this manga, which if it were individual volumes coming out over the year, that would have been fine. But considering it's only 4 individual releases, it's 1 every 3 months, which it's not fast enough, frankly. I don't want to be, 2 years older between when a manga starts releasing its reprint to when it finishes it. So hopefully that's a good sign. We'll get the manga within a couple years, within 2 years instead of longer than 2 years. So yeah, nice to hear about that. This is a fantastic manga that's getting a beautiful reprint, so nice to get Volume 4. And the final volume of manga that I got in this manga haul is Inuyasha Ki Volume 9. Now, I know a lot of people were not too thrilled with maybe some of the things that are happening in the latter half of Inuyasha Ki. From personal experience, I think overall it's a very solid manga. Is it perfect? No. There are things about this manga that definitely aren't executed as well as they possibly could be, but considering after Volume 9 it concludes with the 10th volume, considering its length, considering its art style, considering its story, I think it's more than worth a read, if not even buying for yourself, just depending on your personal interests. For me, I'm clearly invested all the way. I do think it's a very solid series from Hiroya Oku, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends. But that is my manga haul. Maybe the last one of the year again. There might be one final one in the last day or 2 of this year, just depending on what I buy and what I hold off on. But if not, thank you guys so much for watching these manga haul videos. I know these ones always get more traffic and popularity and viewership than any of my other videos, which is totally cool, which is why I'm kind of giving this whole spiel at the beginning and the end of the video. Just again, guys, thank you for all of the support, all of the feedback and comments, and staying a subscriber. All of it means so much to me. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. But until next time, my name is InsidiousSwede. Take care.